All right. You guys started last session standing outside of the small tree town of Crux. You went there to meet with your friend Veridus Mav. He was this mayor, sort of noble guy of the town, but he had sent you guys a letter, wanted to speak with you. Um, in the prior session to that, you guys traveled through this old world called Renee's, down through a black temple where our good friend Zahn passed away. Um, Came out, he buried his body, and then stayed the evening there with Veridus and sort of got things moving a little bit. Let's see. He said he had mentioned that these visage things seemed to be taking over his town. He wasn't sure who was friend or foe, because these things take on the form or impersonate other people. Jacques and or Yakin Jean, his main guard constable guy, was one such person that was ended up being killed and taken over. But he's mentioned since then there's been quite a bit more sightings of these things. People are starting to get rather worried. Some of them staying at homes, not really wanting to come out, and he's basically in a position where he doesn't know who to trust. He was hoping that by calling upon all of you who were back in the city of Sigil and having dealt with these things before, you might be somebody that he could trust to try and get to the bottom of what exactly is going on in his town. And again, he doesn't really look at it as town. He's more concerned, it seems to be, about the people and stuff. He definitely seems to have a little bit of a shady side, or doesn't really give up all the information freely, but you can definitely tell his worry is with the town itself. As he was sitting down and speaking with you all about things that's been happening, sort of filled you all in, you all met Arabellos, who was waiting at his house, sitting at the table. Sort of got acquainted with them, or him, who also is looking into this whole idea of the gods dying. It seems to be that there's been quite a disruption around in the heavens and such, which he was forced to look into by his god. Currently, he's a fallen angel sort of person, but hopefully to get his wings back and rise back to his stature. This was sort of his task or his mission he'd been sent on. In between meeting him and kind of getting a lowdown of what's been going on, there was a knock at the door. This woman who was crying, she held her baby in her arms, that monsters were attacking her home. Her husband was left back at the house to try to fend these things off. Let's see, Veridus recognized her as Corey. He didn't recall the infant's name, but did know that she had an infant. And Arabellos and I believe it was Kothis, maybe. But you guys decided to go check out this house and see if it was indeed monsters or these things or something else. It might be some sort of lead to go off of. As you reached the house, things got kind of fuzzy and weird. The house started melting away in bits and parts. Everything started to go a little weird. And you were all ambushed by one of these visage creatures and three other wraith-like entities. You ended up making fairly quick work of them. They did drain a little bit of your health and such. Veridus held his own as well. And the visage itself escaped. That is when you guys started talking about salience, or the iron scar, or I'm not sorry, not the iron scar, but the tree scar. And Veridus mentioned that he knew whereabouts it was and that you actually weren't too far from it. And since you guys wanted to look into that, it might be something to check out. So you headed down this tree limb pathway to the salience. It is this great blackened lightning-like scar across part of the limb of Yggdrasil, this world ash. And it was crafted originally as a sort of a holy place for the great eagles of the tree. Something centuries upon decades, long ago anyway, corrupted this place. This basically fell to ruin. All the way around the outside of it has these big, tall carvings of eagle-like statues. A pair of stairways lead on either side of this scar down into the center of it, where, let's see, it was Tiva. You headed over, you snuck up ahead to kind of get a look at everything. You saw that there was 8 visages down in this ravine, or this cathedral-like scar. who seemed to be waiting and looking around impatiently as if they were waiting on something. You headed back over, got the others, and everybody arrived over there to take a look at this as things were going on. You saw a small imp-like creature come through the fog of some sort of portal that it made, not a natural portal that was there, but it teleported in. And it went over, talked to these visage creatures, mentioned quite a few odds and ends about what was going on. I think there was a couple important bits in there, if I remember. Let me see. So yes, it mentioned that it brought news from Thanatos, which I believe Arabelos you recognized as a name for one of the layers of the abyss. And it mentioned the bottom of the universe, which Veridus mentioned that he's heard the negative energy plane, and Arabelos you would too, called the bottom of the universe. Otherwise, as I mentioned, that, let's see. For at long last, one of the perpetrators has been located and is now securely held within Tissian Sumir at the bottom of the multiverse. Important line. Otherwise, it mentioned that let's see. All who should stand in whoever is leading this, it says all who should stand in their way will feel the wrath of that which was wrought in the ancient halls of the realm, known only as dust. The realm known only as dust. And everything was sort of cryptic in its words, just in case you get sense, maybe in case somebody was overhearing this. But as soon as it finished its message to these visages, all of them set upon this imp and just tore out limb from limb. That is when you guys heard a bit of chattering and squeaks and such coming from your right down this branchway, and you saw a whole tribe of Ratatas coming towards you, more covered in like war paint and outfitted for battle. To your left, you could smell the stench of a tribe of undead Ratatosk who are all partly decaying, and the stench is just overwhelming. You guys are caught in the middle. It doesn't look like they're coming for you, but it looks like they're coming after each other, and you're just in a bad spot at a bad time. On top of that, there was a flock of giant eagles who have suddenly descended upon the 8 visages that are within the scar and are battling against them. And Seda, you have several arrows that were just thudded into the wood of the tree beside your feet. And behind you, you can see 3 harpies and Talisman, this dark elf winged creature lady, standing up in a tree, her bow in hand. And that is where we ended it. Would you guys like to
have a question immediately, because I forgot that last time. Do the Ratatosk, the not undead Ratatosk, do they look like the crazy ass Ratatosk? I mean, Hero Bellas doesn't know anyway, right. But yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
They look a little rabid, I guess you could say.
But yeah, I mean, they're in battle right now. So
it's hard to tell between if they're acting crazy or if they're just crazy because they're coming to kill their dead brethren.
And we didn't have a rest, right? We didn't have a rest between the house incident and the and now, right? So
correct.
We did get a sheet. Okay.
Nope, you did not. Let me type in a couple of these things into the Facebook chat because they're just important things you guys don't want to forget about. But Thanatos, Samir.
God damn it! I'm down to 13 HP. Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm. Yeah.
I don't have a cure wounds anymore.
I have cast all my cures.
I only have heat metal left, silence, dispel magic. That's all. Oh, and protection from evil. Dang it.
I've got a couple. That's great minds think alike, though. Dispel magic and heat metal.
Yeah.
All right. all those are in the little Planescape chat of the different important aspects of that little creature's speech. That way you guys can go back and perhaps talk to some people about it and you don't lose it. Beyond that, I need initiative, fellas.
All right.
Okay.
26 plus your dex mod.
I got a 3. Kothis has a 3.
I have a 2.
Tiva has an 8.
Tiva always goes first.
Yes, pretty much. Seda has a 2.
One of the advantages of being quick and wee.
Yep.
I swear I intend to do that sometime, play a halfling, but I haven't done it forever.
Arabellis, what did you get? Sorry.
A 2.
A 2. All right. Everybody ready? Because this is going to be a brutal battle. I hope you have backup characters prepared.
What?
Well, I mean, you have a chance. You have a chance
No.
to serve. You just might get more mutilated, so that's okay though.
That sounds more like it.
Yeah.
At this
Right.
point, it's gotten to the point where I just don't expect to make it to the end of the day.
Every day is a success for Seda.
Go out like a superstar.
All right, so Tiva, you will be up first. You can see the Ratatosk's on one side of you. They're about 60 feet away running towards you. On the opposite side is the undead Ratatosk, and they too are coming towards you, but they're about equal a distance, both about 60 feet away from you. Neither one looks to be focused on you or your group, but you're definitely caught in the middle. The eagles and the visages are about 50 feet below you since you're standing on a branch looking down into this ravine. Again, none of them are really focused on you at the moment, but they're definitely, the eagles are swooping through the branches and trees and stuff. So they're not necessarily a threat to you, but they're still a threat as an obstacle. And then above you are the 3 harpies that are descending quite at full speed towards you, and Talisman, who's on a branch above you about 60 feet. What would you like to do?
Are the Eagles, are they the good guys or the bad guys?
You would assume they're good because they're attacking the visages, but
Okay.
you haven't really heard too much about. You guys did hear that they were once sort of revered as gods or
Okay.
protective patrons of the tree, so you assume they're good, but they do not look very happy at the moment.
Tigers can't be choosers right now, Michelle.
Okay. But they're not focused on us. The only, and even the Ratatas, both dead and alive, they're not focused on us either, correct? The
Correct.
only ones that are focused on us are the harpies that are shooting at us, correct?
Yep, and Talisman, their leader lady there.
Oh, okay, and Talisman. Okay, but she's part of the harpy people.
Yep.
How
yep.
many harpy people are there?
3, and then Talisman herself, so 4 total.
Okay, so 4 total. Okay. So given the fact that the other big groups are not paying attention to us, the only ones that are paying attention to us are the harpy people, I'm going to look at the rest of the group and tell them, I think we might want to run. And maybe, but I'm just trying to think. So we're still on the gigantic tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me ask you a question. How big are these limbs?
The one that you're on is more like the size of a roadway plus some on the
Okay, so
side, so
it's
it's
pretty
a big.
large.
You could
All
easily fit a wagon down it.
Okay. And is there's leaves and stuff, I'm assuming?
Mhm.
Okay. I wonder if maybe we should attempt to trying to decide how I'm going to do this, because I have a very bad feeling. Now, I know in D&D, I don't know how it works on this one, but I know in D&D, if we are in combat with somebody, if we try to pull away, they have advantage and they can actually attack us. I don't know if that's how this particular game works
Nope.
or not. No?
There's no
Okay.
attack of opportunities. No.
Okay. So is there, I wonder if, I'm just trying to think if we should just try to run it, well, where the Ratatosk are, they're not coming like straight for us, right?
You're caught in the middle, so
We're caught in the middle.
yes, in a way.
We need to run. Okay. So she's going to look at the rest and seeing the Ratatosk coming on both sides, even though they're not focused on us. we're going to get caught in the middle. So she's going to tell everybody, we need to run now. And I say we all just try to run. The harpies can follow us, and then we'll fight them somewhere else, or we don't get run over by dead and undead.
That's
Rattatas
probably
and
not a
rat
bad
people.
idea.
I don't know that I'd oppose it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I agree.
I think we need to run.
Mhm.
And she's going to look at Seda, because Seda's probably looking at all the eagles going, ooh, can I ride one? So she's going to...
So Theta has a completely opposite idea, but
Okay. Well, okay, so Tiva's going to look at go over to Seda and say, Seda, I think we need to run. And then...
Would you be running to get back kind of like out of the way? I'm assuming anyway, the safest way would be back towards the living Ratatosk, the actual tribe, who are coming from the same direction you came from originally, but it will put you back kind of off the branch and into the main of the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the harpy people can just follow us.
Alrighty, so
what do we have to do to run?
all you got to do is say you want to run. You would
All
be
right.
able to basically meet up with the Ratatosk at the moment, and then
Okay.
basically try to get through from there.
Okay. So
All right.
yeah, we're gonna try to flee, because I don't want to get run over by a bunch of rat people.
They're squirrels. They take offense to that.
Okay, squirrel people.
Give me a 1d4 roll, please.
A 1d4. Okay, where's my 1d4? Here we go. I got a 1. I have a feeling that's probably bad.
So you all will see Tiva. She mentioned this to run. That you guys need to get out of here. Hopefully, draw these harpies away and somehow be able to pick them off by themselves while being caught in the middle of this. And she'll take off, moving down this branch. The Ratatosk swoop forward. Again, they don't really pay much attention to you as you're running towards them, Tiva. Some of them even kind of get out of your way, or try to get past you as they come together or whatever. But you can feel this heavy buffet and then this blast of air that washes over you. Give me a save versus paralyzation.
Ah, shit. Okay. Save versus paralyzation. My saves are not good. And where's my paralyzation? Okay. So I need to get over.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I failed.
You can feel this heavy blast of wind as you turn your head, and one of these massive eagles comes up around the limb. And again, it's not coming for you. You just sort of caught in the way from the blast of wind under its wings. It's going to throw you off to the side, so you're going to be knocked prone, but you'll be hanging onto a tree branch, kind of like hanging down over this ravine.
Okay.
On your next, if somebody doesn't get to you on your next turn, I would need a strength check, basically, to see if you hold on or fall.
Okay.
And the harpies are up. You can see all three of them sort of descend. Well, since 3 of you are there, it's going to be 1 on Seda, 1 on Arabellos, and 1 on Kothis. Arabellos, I got a 16. I'm not sure if that hits.
No.
No. All
No,
right.
it doesn't. 17.
Seda, I got a 4. I'm assuming that does not hit. And Kothis, I got a 17.
That's unfortunate.
Well, it's only 2 points of damage on the bright side, but I need a save versus magic, please.
Save versus magic. Which for me is, it could be worse, but could be better. And, oh wait, I forget, is the +1 from wisdom, what's that apply to? Does that apply to, no, that applies to save versus, I'm mixing my systems, never mind.
Like I say, you got...
Oh, it doesn't matter, I got an 18.
All right, beautiful.
Okay, never mind.
So, Arabellos and Seda, you both will see these two swoop in at you. They have these heavy, almost look like steel claws on each of their hands. They try to swipe at you with as they come to land in front of you. This other one will descend on Kothis, and it'll dig its claws in deep, and it hurts, but it's almost pleasurable. And you can see this thing open its mouth, and this beautiful voice start to sing from within. And this disgusting bird-like hag creature, strangely, is absolutely beautiful for you, but you're able to hold yourself, that willpower, you're able to hold yourself back from loving it at the moment. Down below, you can see these visages as they just tear into these giant eagles. What do they need to do? Let's see how bad. They get a hold of one of these creatures, the one that you saw just fly next to you, Teven, and you can see that it comes back down, swoop in, and all 8 of these things just converge on top of it. You can see a flash of feathers, of blood, of bits and pieces of its meat get torn into, and it's almost like a horde of zombies on a living creature as they just descend upon this. The other 3 start to swoop around and come back in as this thing screeches out in pain. And let's see, the Ratatosk. I should probably organize my dice better. And you will see on the other side as the Ratatosk all start to converge around all of you. Almost coming face to face. There's a few up ahead that move in. And almost instantly, you will see a portion of these living Ratatosk go down under the weight, under the absolute ferocity of these undead ones. And you can just hear their chattering and their screams. And Talisman is up. She looks down at you, Seda. You can see this wide, almost serrated teeth like a grin. And she'll draw her bow back. You can see she has 2 arrows knocked as she lets them go. One will miss. I got a 9 and a 19. I think the 19 probably hits.
With my, where's my AC at? Shit. Yeah, by 1.
All right, it's going to be 12 points of damage. And she'll quickly reach back and bring out 2 more arrows as she knocks them and prepares them. Kothis, you are up.
You said the harpies had these steel-looking like claws. Are
Yep.
are they using weapons? Are they strapped to them, or are they their natural claws?
Nope, they're like gauntlets strapped to their hands.
You're
Awesome.
stealing my idea.
Initiative. I'm going to. Well, that's okay because you can cast it too.
True.
I am going to cast Heat Metal, which I think targets 1 opponent. So I'm going to. Is there any one harpy that is threatening a member of our party more so than the others? Have they?
Oh, you got 1 on Seda, 1 on Arabellos, and 1 on you.
All right. Well, then they can take care of themselves. I'm getting the one on me.
All right.
So. I don't know if I've cast this before. You don't. It doesn't look like you need a roll from me. I should read my spell descriptions, but there's so many.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, doesn't even look like there's. Is there a save on Heat Metal? I don't think it looks like there is. There isn't one.
Just does straight up damage?
Well, the first round of the spell, the metal becomes warm and uncomfortable to the touch, but deals no damage. The second round, the metal becomes hot and does 1d4 damage. Third through the 5th round, it's scorching and does 2d4 damage each round. And then the 6th round, back to 1d4 damage. And then 7th round, it cools back off.
Cool. Well, yeah, no saves then.
All right.
Times, yeah.
So, I'm going to cook the murder bird.
All right. Starts to heat up. You can see this soft glow starting to come from it as it looks down at its claws. You can smell the fresh smell of harpy drumstick.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yes, just tasty. The eagles are up. You can see these three come around and try to get their comrade out. They're able to get one of these visages, and you can see that they carry it up a few leagues in the air, and all of them will just kind of swoop around, tearing into this thing before they drop it again. It'll pick itself back up, but it's just covered in shreds of this black wispy stuff. Looks like it's been hurt pretty bad. Seda, you are up.
So how far away is Talisman?
She's going to be about 50 feet above you on a branch, and there's one harpy right in front of you.
I have no way to do anything to her. So the best thing I'll do, which is I'll basically get my shield and get behind it good, and I'll take the hammer and just like the ram's head hammer and just point it up to her at the branch, and I'm gonna call her a cowardly bitch, and tell her to, why don't you come down here and fight me for real instead of hiding in a tree.
You can see she smiles, but doesn't seem to be too impressed with your taunts.
Yeah, because you.
Sorry, I missed the last part. You said she smiled and what?
Oh, but she doesn't seem too impressed with your taunts at the moment.
She does not seem impressed. Oh, okay. She's 50 feet up. I can't do anything but taunt her.
She's not dumb. Can do anything else?
Well, I mean, is there any kind of a... Hold on, what?
I'm hanging from the branch.
Oh, shit. I missed that part. I guess as I call her name, I will walk over and reach down and snatch Seda from the thing and, like, fling her back up onto the... Are there any bushes nearby?
There's big leaves and stuff and small branches and such. I mean, they kind of make up bushes.
Is there, like, a pile of... Yeah, I'm going to, like, throw her into, like, a pile of shrubbery so she'll be hidden. I'm just going to, like, snatch her up and just be like, boom, throw her over there like you would throw a child.
All right, give me a strength check to do that.
Yeah, I got a 7 under a 17.
Oh, beautiful. So, yeah, you're able to grab a hold of her wrist just as her hand starts to slip down this branch and pull her up. Give me a 1d4 roll, though, please.
Uh-oh. Must be from these damn arrows. I got a 2.
2, as you pull Seda up, or I'm sorry, Tiva up, and kind of toss her over into these large dead leaves and stuff. Cushioning her fall, you feel this heavy crack on the side of your head. Take 6 points of damage. Is a large acorn filled with what looks to be like thorns or some sort of sharpened bits and pieces of wood. It cracks you against the back of the head and rolls away. You can see that the Ratatosk themselves are hurling these things. Not really at you. You were just caught in the crossfire.
Wow, that's dirty warfare.
And Arabellos, you are up.
I do the same heat metal thing with the creature in front of me.
All right. Give me a 1d4 roll.
Mm-hmm. 1.
You see below these eagles as they swoop in towards the visages. They pick this one up and tear at it before they drop it again. This one that they've been covered lets out this almost ear-deafening screech sound as its wings flap out and it hurls itself off the floor of this little ravine back through the sky. Most of the visages fall off of this thing as the other ones 3 come in. But you're going to be caught by the glancing wing of this thing. Give me a save versus paralyzation.
Okay. 10, yeah. Paralyze. No.
So, much like your friend, you can feel yourself get thrown back. You're able to catch yourself on some leaves, but you're sort of dangling over this ravine. You will need to make a strength check unless somebody gets you next round.
Could I try to make use of my very sparely feathered wings for a burst of flight.
You can do that, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a dex check. See if you can right yourself before you go over the side.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful.
6 under my dex. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're able to catch yourself with these clipped but at least useful wings for the moment and
Yeah,
get your
it
bearings
looks-
back under you.
It looks embarrassing. Probably nobody has really time to look at it, but it's pathetic how he's getting up there with those those clipped wings. That's what they are.
You will all see this launch of these acorns all spiked. They're pretty large size as they hurl through the air, impaling quite a few of these undead Ratatosk and clocking a few others, namely Seda across the back of her head. As these Ratatosk launch another attack at these things, they take out a few of the undead ones, but not too many, as they all start to clash together this round. That would be the end. So top Tiva, you are up, picking yourself up out of these pile of dead leaves where Seda tossed you. You can see Talisman still up above, and there's still 3 harpies over next to your 3 friends. You're sort of thrown out of the way a little bit, so there's none right in front of you, but you're sort of in the middle of everything. Oops, you're muted too.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was saying you were muted. Do you need a
Oh, is it my turn?
Yep. you
Oh,
are
okay,
up.
I'm sorry. I was talking to
You're
Rush.
You're
Okay.
We were
So-
discussing something about our characters. So.
Yeah. So
So you're going to be picking yourself up out of this pile of leaves that's Seda tossed you in. You're not directly threatened by anything, but you can see the 3 harpies that are still around your friends, and you're sort of caught in the middle of everything that's going on at the moment.
okay, so she's going to go Rambo, and she's going to basically just kind of hide herself in the leaves and just try to be as stealthy as possible. And then she's going to see, so what, like she's going to knock an arrow, and then she's going to fire at the one that is, that's going after Kothis right now.
Okay. Give me a stealth check to see if you can stealthily get into the leaves.
Okay, so let's see. That's a 1d6, right?
Yep, and then under whatever pips you have there.
Oh, shoot. I actually did not make it. I made 5 and my pips are 4.
So yeah, those large leaves that you're in and stuff just seem to crunch and curdle and make all this noise as you're getting out of this pile. Hiding's going to be a little difficult, but you can definitely still have a shot at this thing.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, so let's see. So my attack bonus for ranged is a +5, but I roll a d6, or is it a d20? Why can I never remember that?
1d20 plus whatever the bonus is.
Okay.
The assassin will give you the bonus, but you're not stealthy at the moment for it.
I rolled a 1.
That's will not quite to do it. You can see his arrows zip past your head, Kothis, missing the
Son
harpy,
of a
and
bitch.
sort of glancing across your ear, but not taking it as it flies into the distance. Tiva, give me a 1d4 roll.
Oh, shit. I got a 1. Oh, my God.
Burn those dice.
I am.
Yes. So you will see off to the side as this ego glances against Arabella's. This angelic knight, like a man, really awkward wings that he has as he kind of flails them out to catch his balance. You can feel his heavy thud as his wing slams into you. As you go over the side of this branch again, this time,
Again?
Oh, come on. Don't put that on me.
this time give me a strength check to see if you were able to hold on to your branch or if you fall.
All right, hold on. I'm going to try different dice and see if I might get some better luck.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's see. So I got to give you a strength check?
Yep, 1d20 under that strength score.
Okay.
I mean, unfortunately, because I
Mute yourself.
I thought it was muted. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so it's under my strength, right?
Yep,
Okay, this one I actually made. I got an 8, and my strength is 10.
beautiful. So
Keep
yeah,
that
you are
going.
able to catch yourself and hold on to a branch. You'll need to climb up next turn unless somebody gets you or something of the sort.
Okay.
And the harpies are up.
She's just sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, this day sucks." I told them we shouldn't have followed them, but no, they wanted to go rescue the woman and her child and the man. She's sitting there grumbling to herself.
Kothis, this one is going to lash out. These gloves starting to heat up and sizzle at its hands already. I got a 17 to hit you.
Okay.
3 points of damage.
Okay.
Seda, ooh. Again, this one non-use Seda just completely boffs, flails around in circles, not really able to get a hold on anything. And Arabellos, as you come to land on your feet and get your bearings around you, your wings starting to tuck back inside. You can feel this heavy thud on your wing as Tiva goes over side. And then you hear this scrape across your chest. I got a nat 20, so that's going to be hit. But it's only 1 point of damage, but I do need to save versus magic.
Yeah. No, hang on, magic? Yeah, I made it.
All right. It is a very beautiful heartbeat, but you're able to hold your lust in check for the time being. And the visages are up. Let's see. Ouch. So these visages will be able to, just as this one eagle that had knocked you, Arabellos, comes back around. Once again, they just set upon it, the same one over and over. It's already wounded quite bad, but this time they bring it down. You can hear its screeches begin to die out as just the whole ground below you turns into blood and feathers. The other three let out this sort of mournful screech for their brethren as they circle around to come back in. Then the Ratatosk undead. They will start to swarm all around you. You can see the smell that comes off these things is just absolutely horrendous. It turns your stomach almost immediately as they clash with the Ratatosk. A couple of them fall, but it doesn't seem to be too many. Talisman is up, and she just sort of laughs at you, Satan. She knocks back another 2 arrows, props herself against the tree limb above sort of comfortably as she pulls this back. It'd be a 2, which I'm not going to assume it hits, and another nat 20, which I'm going to assume does hit, for 8 points of damage, Seda, as another arrow just thuds into your leg. Kothis, you are up. One of these harpies is still on you. You can see the gloves getting hotter and hotter.
Okay. So this round, the harpy would take 1d4 damage
Gotcha.
from the gauntlets. Here's hoping they don't figure out how to take them off, or that they should take them off.
They look like they're pretty strapped on, so even if they do, it's going to be a little bit. So,
Yes.
do you want to roll the damage, or do you want me to?
It doesn't matter. You can. Doesn't
All
matter.
right. I've been rolling high. It's 3.
Yay! I'll take it.
Got it.
Okay,
All right.
so after Arabellos got knocked around and then caught himself with his once glorious wings, how far is he from me, from Kothis at this point?
Well, you guys are all pretty much in the right same area, so I'd say probably within 15 feet, give or take a few.
Okay, I would like to, if I can close the distance and cast Heroism on Arabellos, I would like to. And its range is touch, so I got to get to it.
Give me a, I'm going to say, either a strength or dex to kind of push your way through or to dodge your way
Gotcha.
through all those people, whichever one works for you. And this
All
is
right.
20 underneath whatever score.
Strength or dex? Let's go with dex. And I made it by 1.
All
11
right.
out of 12.
So yeah, you can push your way through, get over there, lay your hands on Arabellos' gleaming skin, and cast Heroism. I'm not sure what that
Okay.
does offhand. So
That would grant the subject 1d4 levels worth of hit points and saving throws, and for fighter's attack bonus, but that wouldn't apply in this case. For the duration of the spell, at the end of the spell, hit points would either return to their previous level. If it's higher, if they're currently higher than previous level, they're lower, they just stay where they are.
okay.
So
2 levels. Oh, was I supposed to roll it? I'm sorry. I
Oh wait,
just
no, it'd
started.
be one round. Okay, no, the duration is 1 round per level, and then it's 1d4 levels of hit points and saving. I'm sorry, I almost thought I misunderstood, but I didn't. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Give me a 1d4 roll, Quothus.
3.
Yes, this pushing your way through, you can feel as you kind of shove past one of these undead Ratatosk, your hand just sort of just smushes into its side, its abdomen, and it pulls free. It's just covered in
Ooh.
sort of rotting stench of meat and bile. Give me a save versus poison.
Oh, Kothis. The Fandango, give me strength. Save versus which one?
Poison.
Save versus poison. I did not make it.
All right. You
Got
have
a
to
12.
spend your whole next turn vomiting.
Gross.
And the Eagles are up. Let's see. Eagles. Eagles are kind of kicking butt, actually.
But somebody is.
Yeah. These three will circle around, and again, they just descend. They seem to be poking or picking off one of these visages at a time as they grab a hold of another one and just rip it to shreds with their talons and beaks. And you hear the sickening splatter or almost like a thump or something when you all sort of look over the side of this branch. You can see down below, it's just this where this visage was is now this huge blob of slime that seems to be rolling across the ground. Let's see, Eagles, Seda, you are up.
All right. So for clarification, because I obviously missed it, so we decided to run, but it doesn't look like we actually ran anywhere.
Not really, no.
How
Eva
that
did,
happen?
but that's about it.
Because as we were standing there, on one side was all the bad guys, then behind us was the town. I thought we were just turning around and running back to the town. So did that?
Oh no, the town is probably a good 5 or 6 hours away from where you're at, and you guys are in the middle of the branch. And there's was
Okay.
Ratatosk on one side, undead ones on the other, harpies above you, eagles below you.
Okay. All right. Now I get. Okay. So that's. I thought everybody was at one end.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, I mean, shit. I don't know what I can. Well, the first thing I'm going to go do is fling the halfling back up off the branch again.
All right. Give
Uh,
me a strength check.
And I got a 14 under a 17.
Beautiful. So yeah, you're able to kind of slide over, grab a hold of Tiva, lift her up once more.
Is there anything that I can actually hit?
Well, helping her would be your action. You could still move if you want.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'll try to get back closer to the other two.
Over by Kothis and Arabellos.
Yeah.
Yep, sort of get to back to them. This harpies around you, along with these Ratatosk and everything else. Give me a 1d4 roll, Seda.
I got a 3.
3. Give me a save versus poison as the stench of these things just rolls around you. You're good at that.
Save versus poison. Where is my poison? Oh, so yeah. Yeah, I made it. My save is only a 6.
Yeah. It smells absolutely disgusting, and beside you can see Kothos as he begins vomiting up, still covered in rotting Ratatosk meat and fur, but you're able to keep your breakfast down. Arabellos, you are up. There's still 3 harpies around you. One is focusing on you. You can roll, or I can roll for its damage for your heat.
Roll high.
3.
Well, good.
All right. And what would you like to do?
Oh, God, die. No, not die, but yeah. So, okay, now that I'm heroic, I guess I have to smash some faces in. So, I would attack one. I wouldn't attack the one who's now heating up. I would attack a different one next to it.
Okay. That'll be the one on Seda.
Yeah. So that's 9. My attack roll increases as well, right, Joe?
Pretty sure because you basically just go up in level.
Yeah, there's an attack bonus.
Although no, I don't get one
Yeah,
because I'm not a fighter.
Hit points and saving throws.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, yeah, it's hit points and saving throws, and for fighters, an attack bonus.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Shit.
anybody in the class wouldn't get the attack bonus.
So in that case, it's only 10.
Not quite, as your blade will sort of just glance off the wings of this thing, but it's not really do any major damage. Give me a 1d4 roll.
A 1.
You guys like the ones.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, you're going to be blasted by the swooping of these eagles as they rush over top and dive in for a 4th time towards these visages. Give me a save versus paralyzation.
I made it this time.
All right. Able to sort of wrap your wings around you and take the brunt of the wind forces that blast past. All around you can see the Ratatosk have sort of converged a little bit, got their combat sort of organized as they start to blast into these undead ones. And one will fall, second, a third, fourth, as they start to drop around you. These rabid, crazed, tribal little Ratatosk, absolutely in a frenzy at the moment. And end of the round, so back up to the top. Tiva, you are up. You're still going to be off to the side a little bit because Seda pulled you up. So up ahead of you, you can still see the 3 harpies surrounded around by your 3 friends. Talisman above you in the branch. Another 2 arrows knocked. You can see she's completely targeting on Seda at the moment.
Okay, so she's going to knock an arrow and try to hit that chick, the harpy chick.
Give me a stealth check because she might not be aware of you.
Oh, I got a 3, so I made it.
All right, so do your attack. I think you add a +2 on top of your +5, so it should be +7.
All right. That means I got a 22.
That will hit. In damage?
Damage. What's my damage? For arrows, it's a D6.
And it'll be times whatever your sneak attack is, whatever the pips are.
Oh, my sneak attack is 3.
So it'll be 1d6 times 3.
Now, okay, maybe because I said it says +2 for sneak attack, but I think that might be what you were just talking about, the +2.
Yes.
But now my sneak attack has got 3 pips on it. All right, so this plus 3 pips. I got a 2, so that means a 5 total.
Times it, so it's going to be 6. 2 times 3 is 6.
Oh, okay, times, yeah.
Yep.
Then plus the 3.
Nope, it'd be 1d6 times 3. So if you had 4 pips,
times
it'd be
3. Okay.
1d6 times 4 or whatever.
So
the
it's
case
6.
is. Gotcha. You can see she thunks back, looks down at this arrow sort of in her shoulder and just reaches up and snaps it off before throwing it off to the ground beside her. Her eyes scanning across and looking sort of in the bushes around where you're at. You can see she's looking for you. Give me a 1d4 roll, Tiva.
I got a 3.
Give me a save versus poison.
What's poisoning me?
All of these undead, horrendous smelling Ratatosk that are melting across the ground.
Save versus poison. I did not make it because you got to make it over the 12. So
Correct.
Yeah, I made an 8.
So your next turn has to be spent vomiting.
Lovely.
You can see as you slink back into this bushes a little bit, keeping yourself out of Talisman's glance. You can feel the sickening smush behind you. You'll turn over to see what looks to be one of these undead Ratatosk, compelled with several of these spiked acorns, and all the gore just sort of rolls down your shoulder and across your front of you. Harpies are up. So let's see. Harpy 1 on Kothas. I got a 14.
My AC That may hit. Well, I don't know. Well, no, actually, well, my AC is 14.
It's got a 14, so yeah, that'll hit. Ooh, only 1 point of damage, but I need that save versus magic again.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to keep. That would be a. I failed it miserably.
In the middle of vomiting and trying to hold down your lunch, you just feel the pleasure and the pain of this creature, her nails scraping across your back, her giggler sort of laughter in your ears. That sounds like a very messed up fetish Kothis has. Let's see, Arabelos, I missed you with an 8.
Well, that harpy would also take 2d4 damage this round.
Good call.
This
Keep on
round and
doing
the
it.
next 2 rounds as well.
Gotcha. Ooh, that's 8.
Yes.
6. Gotcha. Let's see. Arabelos, I missed you. Seda, I got a 23, so I hit you. But let me roll up Arabelos's while I'm thinking of it. That is a 7.
7 for what?
For the heat metal.
Oh.
Before I forgot. And Seda, this other one will latch in. You can see it rushes forward. One of these clawed hands going around your neck. The other one just tearing at your stomach. It's going to be 5 points of damage, Seda. And I need a save versus magic. As you look into the beautiful, luscious eyes of this harpy creature. Oh, you're muted, Seda.
Yeah, sorry about that. I made it.
All right.
Thank God I'm a dwarf.
So she might not be that beautiful, apparently. Just the damage. Kothis, granted, you're going to be just vomiting on your turn, but you're basically, until you can break free of the spell, you cannot attack that harpy.
Okay, well, I hope that harpy dies real soon from the stuff I've already done to her.
She
Fingers
is
crossed.
much too lovely to harm. All right, let's see. Harpies went. Visages are up. Ooh, they don't do very much at all. Rats. They do not either. Talisman. Again, Talisman's eyes will scan over. Give me a stealth check, Tiva. We're gonna, since you're basically vomiting at the same time, do it. It would normally be a 1d6. Do -1 on the d, or I guess it would be +1 on the d6. To see if she.
I got a 1.
So yes, you're able to at least kind of cover yourself in these leaves and stay hidden. And you can see Talisman glances over and a little bit annoyed, but again just knocks 2 arrows back. It's Seda seeming to just constantly take aim at her. I got a 2, which is going to be a miss, and a 16 plus 4 is a 20. I know the 2 miss. Does the 20 hit probably on Seda?
Yes.
All right, 7 more points of damage as another arrow slams into your leg. And Kothis, you are up, vomiting and reaching for this beautiful creature in front of you.
But I can't attack that one.
Nope, you can't attack that one, and technically you can't do anything but vomit this turn.
No, that's true. All
Unless you want to do anything fluffy and...
I'll just vomit.
Right.
I guess I'm on all fours vomiting.
Let's see, the Eagles. Ooh, nice. You will see another visage fall as the Eagles swoop in. Actually, they're going to take out 2 from the stern with that. And anybody happening to sort of glance around, you will see what looks to be smeared across the ground, this slime and this gore, but amongst that is the body of a dwarf and the body of a mind flayer.
What? A
And-
mind flayer?
Yep. And Seda, you are up.
We're again in the wrong
The
place.
only thing I guess I can really do is just attack the one that's trying to melee me. So I'm actually just going to drop the shield and holster the hammer and pull out the the great axe.
Going for the kill now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably still, even if I max damage, it's probably not going to kill her. So, but try and get there faster. So I'm just going to attack her.
Alrighty.
So +6. Yeah, and I rolled a 1, so that's not going to hit.
This thing quickly dances out of your way, this beautiful song issuing forth from its bird-like beak mouth thing. And it's quite beautiful. Give me a 1d4 roll, Seda.
Say what? I'm sorry?
1d4 roll.
Okay.
Look at my drink.
I actually got a 4.
Ooh, that's a good one. So as you swing in with this weapon, you just barely misses in front of this creature in front of you as she dances back gracefully on these talon-like legs. And you will feel this cold, almost burning sensation wash over you. You're going to take 8 points of damage, and everything around you is just blackness for a moment. Everybody else who can see this sees this black orb erupt from down below where the visages and the eagles are and sort of just flare through the sky like a bolt. It washes over top of Seda, several of the Ratatasks, and sort of dissipates out almost like a fog. But you can feel this cold energy wash over you, Seda. So it's going to be 8 points of damage, and I need you to roll a d6.
A 4.
You're going to lose 4 hit points permanently from whatever your max is.
Okay.
And that puts Arabellos. You are up. You can feel the cold of whatever this blast of energy was that came from below as it washes around you as well. It doesn't going to affect you, but you can feel it's
Yeah.
complete negative energy.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, I can't help it. I tried to smash the one I tried to hit last time. Again, I mean, have to get rid of them. This time it's an 11. Dang it.
Not quite. Close, but not quite. As again, you trim a few feathers. Its wings are looking a little kind of compared to yours, but it can still fly, unlike you. Give me a 1d4 roll, Arabellos. You're muted too.
I'm sorry, was that
Oh,
1d6 or
a
what?
4. Sorry.
1d4s. Same thing. So you can sort of swipe in at this thing. Throws you off your feet a little bit as you stumble to the side. Arabellos, your wings kind of flailing out to catch your balance, but you can feel this cold energy that washed over Seda. Glance across your wings, and it sort of crawls across your body. It seems almost attracted to this divine, this holiness of you. You're going to take 6 points of damage, and I need you to roll me a 1d6.
Okay, so I get first my heroic hit points go away.
Yep.
So I still have 2. 1d6, yeah. A 4.
And then that's coming off of your max hit points permanently.
Shit.
As this negative energy finally dissipates around you. And the Ratatosk are all around you, just in absolute frenzy, taking out these undead Ratatosk creatures. Damn. I'm rolling really good for them, so.
Yeah, I'm happy for you.
Well, it'll help you maybe. Glance around, you can see there's probably only about a quarter of the undead ones left, where there's still well over half of the living Ratatosk. Seem to have this sort of uprising all around you. Again, they're trying to avoid you guys for the most part, and you get the sense that some of them are starting to eye up these harpies and looking at them as a threat as well. That is the end of the round. So, Tiva, you are up, off to the side, still hidden in these bushes, covered in the gore and the slime of one of these rotting undead Ratatasks. You can take a move action, but you can't do anything else but vomit this turn.
I'm just gonna pretty much stay here. I'll just
Keep
stay
hiding?
where I'm at. Yeah, just keep hiding
All right.
because I can't do anything.
And you're not really moving or anything, so you can keep your stealth from last round. That way you're out of it for the moment. And the harpies are up. They are. What's the damage they're going to take this turn? 1d4 or 2d4?
And 2d4 again.
Ooh,
2d4 this round, 2d4 next round, and then down to 1d4.
Let's see. I got a 5. That'll be enough to take out the one on you, Kothis.
Yeah!
And
So I'm
then
no longer enthralled.
6.
Ugly murder bird lady.
Not quite enough to take out the one on Arabellos. But you see this smoking, cindering flesh. This harpy's going to reach up, and you can just see the flames crawl up its arms, and then the whole thing will erupt in flames, these feathers taking off like dry tinder. This creature will stumble back a little bit, and then just tips over the edge of the branch. It's almost a feat of sadness, the Kothis. This was a beautiful harpy. And you are, well, very much compelled. Give me I'm going to say a save versus magic again to not throw yourself after her.
Save versus magic. Oh my goodness. Come on, save versus magic. Oh, I got it. 19. Hooray! Praise the fandango.
You'll see Kothis as he rushes forward, arms outstretched, vomit covering his chin and his clothes. And then he realizes that he is chasing after a bird.
Again.
Let's see. The one on you, Arabellos. Again, you can see the flames just start crawling up its body as it screams out. I'll basically just give it disadvantage because it only has. Yeah. It'll flail about you, Arabellos, but it's not even going to come close to hitting you as the flames wash over this thing. And the one on Seda. Still absolutely nothing as I rolled another 4. So this thing is, again, it's just trying to lash out at you, Seda, as it's blow for blow. Neither one of you really getting anywhere, just sort of dancing around each other. But Talisman, once more, takes aim. Ooh, 2 bolts will come scoring towards you, Seda. One thudding in right next to the heavy boots you have into the wood. The other one skimming across the side of your face and burying itself into the leaves behind you, and both missing you for the moment. You can see she lets out a curse and once again reaches back, and you can see she feels around and realizes she's out of arrows. She throws her bow to the side as she starts to throw herself off the branch above, these huge leathery bat-like wings unfolding behind her. And let's see, visages are up. They are not doing too good. Below, you can see the visages amongst the pile of these, a mind flayer, a dwarf, and this smear of slime that's below you. There's currently five visages currently left. As they just sort of swarm about, slashing, you can see these eagles that are around you are starting to look a little confused. Some of them slamming into the tree branches, some of them looking like they're attacking just the air. Another one swoops in towards one of its comrades as they look almost confused or not sure of what or where or what's going on around them. And then the undead Ratatas. Again, more and more of these undead creatures just start falling around you. Kothis, you are up. You are done vomiting. You are no longer entranced by the beauty of the bird woman.
Okay, let's... Undead Ratatasks are on the ropes thanks to the undead Ratatasks. The eagles are engaged with the visages.
Yeah.
I don't have... Oh, wait a minute. I do have... Is a whip in Lamentations considered a ranged weapon or not? Like, obviously, it would be short range, or is it
10
melee?
feet.
10 feet, yeah.
10 feet.
But it'd be a melee weapon.
Right, okay.
Just with reach.
So the harpy that was on Arabellos and seemed to be getting close to her last legs or last wings,
Yep,
as the
you can
case
see
may be.
she's engulfed in flames at the moment.
All right, in that case, I'm going to crack her with my whip.
All right.
because it's a melee weapon, I would take my -1 penalty to hit for my strength, right?
Yep. She's not really aware of you. Plus, she's in flames. Give yourself a +4, so
All
+3
right.
total.
Come on, not a natural 1. +4. Does a 15 hit?
It will.
Woohoo!
Only has 1 hit point, so go ahead and describe what you do to take out this harpy with your whip.
I see this flaming, hideous demon bird. Can't believe I fell for one of them. The Fondongle. I've still got my faith in the Fondongle, don't get me wrong, but I'm a little bit shaken up that something like that could get through it. So I lash out at the nearest one with my self-flagellation whip. I mean, my weapon. And crack her right across the face. And she stumbles and flips around and falls off the branch.
Beautiful. You can see her flaming hands kind of come up to her face where you slashed her as her body just smatters under the ground below. Eagles are up, and you will see them swarm on top of yet another visage. One of them, anyway, seems to be broke free from this confusion that it has going on around it. Lashing into one of these, and then it lands amongst all. There's going to be 4 or 5 visages still left below. And after this thing takes out an attack, it just stops. Sort of stands in the middle of this. You can see all 5 of the visages start to swarm around it. Their huge, long, porcelain-like claws unsnapping and unfurling. The eagle just stands there as if nothing's happening. Kothis, give me a 1d4 roll.
$1d4 would be 1.
Nice. You will sort of watch as this harpy goes over the side of the branch. You can feel a heavy smash against your side, and your stomach just drops. Again, this vomit just wants to come up, but you've already dry heaved enough. But you can, all around, we'll see as one of these eagles comes through. It seems almost interested in Kothis, and talons come out as it grabs a hold of this priest and just whips him up through the sky. See it flies up above 30, 40, 50, 60 feet before just letting him fall.
Yikes!
And we'll find out what happens to you on your turn. And again, this thing circles around again, coming back through, grabbing a handful or a talon full of, I'm going to say the regular Ratatosk, and flinging them into the air as well. Seda, you are up. Talisman, these huge demonic-like wings unfurling, launches herself off the branch and starts to glide down towards you, but she's still about 30 feet up. She won't land until her turn. In front of you is this one harpy that's still left as well.
Well, and I'm sorry. What is it that grabbed?
An eagle.
One of the eagles took him up to and dropped him. That's awesome. Glad that.
Yeah.
I have time for chicken later. So Seda is absolutely, positively, completely drenched in blood to the point that she basically looks like she's just been dipped in it at this point. So she sees Talisman coming down, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, now you come." And then she swings at the harpy in front of her. And this time I get a 20 with my bonus.
That's a hit.
All right. And it's a D10. So that's going to be 7 points of damage.
Nice. Still up, but not looking too good. You got a move action left if you want to take it. I don't know if you plan to do anything with it, but
I don't know if there's any place I can move to make myself safer, so I'm just going to continue to trade blows.
all right. Give me a 1d4 roll. As you see eagles start to swoop in again, undead Ratatosk around you, acorns flying by.
I got it too.
And 2 points of damage as another acorn smacks across your back of your leg, sort of right behind the kneecap, buckling your leg that's already been stabbed by several bolts.
So as the acorn hits her in the back of the leg and her leg buckles, she actually pitches over backwards, and the force of her hitting the branch as she falls puts Seda down, and she's no longer moving.
As she goes down.
I need a bio break, so I'll be right back.
Go for it. Ratatosk, let's see. They again just converge on these undead ones. And let's see. Those that are still conscious or aware of what's going on, you can see that there's still over half this tribe of Ratatosk that's around you, but they've pretty much surrounded it down. They have 2 undead of these creatures left. All the other ones basically just rotting away on the branch around you. The stench here is just absolutely horrendous, though, as they almost seem like when they go down, they start to decay and melt and liquefy around you. The branch gets slipperier with each step. That is the end of the round. Tiva, you are up. Still hidden within these branches, still covered in gore, but able to compose yourself, swallow down the vomit. You can see Seda in the distance as she gets buckled in the back of the leg by a thorned acorn, several bolts buried into her chest, her leg, and she goes down without moving.
Okay, so with Rage, seeing that Talisman was the one that had done it, she's going to knock an arrow and fire it at Talisman.
All right. She is not aware of you still, because, you stayed hidden. So
yep.
You'll have your, what you call it if you hit. So add +2, so +7 to your roll.
All right.
Times 3 to your damage.
Okay. All right. So she got a 9 originally, so then it's with a +7 to that.
Yep, which will be a 16. So that's a hit.
Okay, that's a hit. All right. So then, come on, roll high, roll high. I got a 3.
So 3 times 3 is 9. Still pretty decent. Got it. Another bolt. This one will sort of skim past. You can see it punches through one of her leathery wings and takes off through. This black ichor just starts to drip down her wing. She glides down to the branch and comes to landing onto her feet. This wing crawling back in behind her, but it's cocked a little bit. Looks like you might have hit a bone or hit something in her wing, so her wing's sort of crooked at an angle behind her.
So she can't fly away.
You'll have to find that out, but it doesn't look like she's going to fly real well. Let's see. There's one harpy left. It looks down at Seda, sort of starts crawling forward over top of her, and you can see these black iron-like claws that she has in her hand. And you can snaps a bit of leather across Seda's breastplate, snaps another strap, and then a third, opening up this breastplate to the chest of this dwarf, and just buries her claws into Seda's chest, just tearing it apart. She'll come back up. You can see flesh hanging from her teeth as she starts to eat Seda, well, who's still technically conscious, or unconscious, but alive, so she begins to eat her alive. Let's see, Harpy's visages. Let's see how good they're going to do. Almost in unison, you can see that as they start to descend on this one eagle that's in the center of them that they're trying to focus on, the other 2 that are circling around will come down and just blast apart this party that they formed around this one eagle. And it seems the squawks and the flaps and these noises that these creatures are making are trying to somehow snap their fellow comrade, their fellow eagle out of this trance that it is in. Let's see if they do any damage. They will. When it comes to, you can see this thing lashes out at the nearest visage, just completely rendering it in half. Bits and pieces of porcelain, of the mask, of black flesh get splattered across the ground. In place of where it was, you're going to see this human-looking man, simple loincloth around, very well built, Arabellus. You can see that this man, you've seen him before. Well, I don't know if you've seen them, but you've definitely seen books and stories and pictures of Apollo, a Norse or Greek god, who is lying there on the ground, his form starting to decay.
Oh man.
There's only 2 left, and no, now there's only 1. One of these undead Ratatosk will go down. The one that's left there, being mindless horror that it is, doesn't really seem to realize it's outnumbered as the remaining Ratatosk descend upon it. Talisman is up. She's going to look around where this bolt came from. See, she reaches into this pouch beside her, Tiva. Even though you're still hidden in these bushes, she pulls out this stick. It's about 2 feet long. The whole thing glows red. And she'll spin it back and forth in her hands. The top of it will start to glow redder and redder. And you see this ball of flame burst forth. Give me a save versus breath weapon, Tiva. You're muted just in case you're not sure.
Oh, is that the area effect? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, I made it by
Nice.
1 point.
You only take half damage then, but
Oh,
let's
nice.
see. 6, 7, 8, so 4 points of fire damage. As this ball of flame erupts around these bushes, it's going to burn away most of the leaves and the dryness and whatnot. The stench of this corpse behind you is just sickening once again. Kothis, you are up.
Oh.
Give me a 1d4 roll to start of your turn this time.
1d4. That I can do. I got a 2.
2. Look around, you can see this one harpy that is starting to feast upon Seda on the ground in front of you. You have a heavy crack on the side. You're going to be hit by one of these acorns. 3 points of damage. And then, assuming you're still up, what do you do?
I am still up. How far is the harpy dinner? I mean, Seda.
You had been right about the same area, so probably like maybe 5-10 feet away, not very far at all.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to I'll use my whip again and try to crack that thing upside the head. That would be a because this thing is munching on our party mate. Wouldn't be distracted. Maybe get a bonus. Just saying.
Yeah, sounds fair to me. How about a +4?
Excellent. I'll take it. So we'll call that a +3 since I have a -1 to start with. And that is another 14. 11 + 3.
That will be a hit.
Yes. For a whopping, 2 points of damage.
Yeah, a little bit counts as it starts to get down. Let's see the Eagles. Let's see if they're able to keep their. They are not. So again, the Eagles, they take out this form of Apollo on the ground below. There's only 3 visages left that sort of circle around. You can see they're paired off evenly against 3 eagles. One of the eagles, quite badly wounded. And it's this flash of darkness, of screeches, of demonic howls, and wings, feathers, as they all clash together. You're not quite sure what is going on, but the noise below is horrible. Seda, are you back with us?
You need me to roll?
I do. A 1d20.
By the way, we don't have heals left because you were shouting for one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's our problem.
Oh, okay. So what do I need to roll?
1d20.
No, but what do I need?
Oh,
I'm praying.
Just roll.
Okay.
you don't want a 1 or a 2.
Oh, I got a 10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me a 1d6 roll.
6.
Ouch. You're going to take 6 hit points of permanent damage as you take a grievous internal injury. Probably this thing munching on you.
Oh god.
But you can have yourself back at 1 hit point and conscious.
All right, so that's 6 points of like permanent, like my max is lowered again.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Soon you're a magic user. HP
Well,
wise.
surprisingly, I'm getting there. Because I've already lost.
Lamentations of the Planescape to Shadow.
6. You said 6 points?
Yep. Or whatever you rolled. I'm pretty sure you said 6.
Yeah, I've gone from 60 to 46 maximum. So
Negative energy's a bitch.
it is. All right, so is it my turn?
Yes, it is. And you would have to be at 1 hit point, so you're conscious. As this thing is basically just straddling you, just tearing at your stomach. It snapped your breastplate off and is tearing at your gut.
As I snap awake, I'm going to scream as loud as I can. I'm going to reach forward and try and hook its arms with mine and try and grapple it so that it can't continue to bite to grab me. And when I grapple the arms, I'm going to like try and pull it in close for a hug. And I'm going to try to literally go in and just bite the fucking thing right in the neck and try and rip a chunk out with my own teeth.
Beautiful. Give me I'll do a pull strength challenge. Do 1d20 plus your strength modifier. I got a 10, so.
1d20 plus my strength modifier. Yeah, I rolled a 19, so with my strength modifier, it's a 21.
Beautiful. So you can grapple this thing, pull it in. Go ahead and just make a basic attack roll with your modifiers.
So that one, I get a 15 with a plus 6, which gives me another 21.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, let's see. A dwarf bite, a very angry dwarf. I'm going to give you 2d4 damage.
All right. 4 and 2 for 6.
Nice. As you pull away this huge chunk of feathers of chicken tasting meat in your mouth, the blood's just going to start pouring down its neck. This beautiful sing-song voice wasn't able to really captivate you too much. You seemed immune to its charm, but it comes out more as gurgles and splatters of blood across the front of you. It has 1 hit point left, so it's not able to do much, but it's still awake, I guess.
So the point of the bite was like to bite it in the neck, but I want to try and hold it by the neck so that it can't bite me as well.
All right.
It's a mouth grapple.
Yeah,
That's right.
got the arms pinned.
Ew.
That is one hell of a hickey you're giving it.
That's right.
Arabellis, you are up. And I'm going to be a jerk and ask for a 1d4 roll too before your turn.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
What is that? 4 again? What was
Oh,
that?
That's a horrible one.
Oh no!
5 points of necrotic damage is below you. These howls, these screams, and this blast of black energy washes forward. You are kind of out of the way of everybody, so you don't have to affect anybody else, but I need you to roll a 1d6 permanent hit point loss.
Didn't you just say 5?
That's just regular damage you took.
Oh!
You get to
okay.
roll the d6, so you can only blame yourself.
So that's 3 points from my normal hit points, so I'm down to 9.
This
And I rolled a 2, so okay. That's not
this
so bad.
freezing, cold, dark energy, undeath. It seems more painful for you than it does the others, probably, but you are up. Seda sucking on the neck of this harpy. Talisman's about 15 feet away, this wand in her hand, dropping fireballs in the bushes.
God damn it. Okay, I have to preserve my life in some way, so oh, hang on. How far is Talisman away?
Within like 15, 20 feet.
Oh, good. I cast Silence 15 feet.
All right. So she's out of arrows and she can't activate her. You said silence, right?
Yep.
All right. Does that do anything odd, or how long does it last? Or
Silence. Silence. Where is it?
Or if you
15
target.
feet, 2 rounds per level. So 12. Silence at diameter 30 feet. All sound is stopped. Conversation is impossible. No noise. Blah blah blah.
All right. So yeah, she will be caught in it at least for them through the end of the next round.
The spell can be centered on a creature, and the effect that radiates from the creature and moves as it moves. So I center it on Talisman.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the Ratatosk will descend upon this last lonely undead Ratatosk. And then you'll see, looks like there's maybe 10 to 15 of these things left that are around you. They're all going to leap from the branch, and you can hear out they all sort of chant this strange chittering and squeak sounds in unison. But every one of them is going to launch themselves from this limb that you're on. And you can see they throw out their arms, their legs, the small skin flap that's between them, letting them glide down as they start to angle and float down to the visages and the eagles below where the battle is. All of them with spears and thorned acorns in hand. That is the Ratatosk. Tiva, you are up. You can see Talisman coming towards you, but she's going to stop and look rather annoyed over her shoulder. It's Arabellos who's just done something. It looks like she's getting ready to put away her wand that she has and draw her sword, but she's sort of caught between two of you. And Seda seems to be up and awake for the moment, sucking on the neck of a harpy.
Now the harpy that she's sucking on the neck of, is this Talisman?
Nope, that's just a regular harpy. Talisman is
a regular harpy.
Yep,
Okay.
Talisman is sort of standing there. She's putting away the wand she had and drawing her sword, but she's about 30 feet away from you, about 30 feet away, 15 feet away from,
Okay.
sort of in the middle of you guys. But
Well, I'm going to actually knock an arrow and try to finish the harpy that Seda is latched onto.
all right. That is not aware of you, so you will do the sneak attack bonuses. But if you hit, you're going to kill it because it only has one left.
Okay, well, I rolled an 18.
So yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
See this bolt just splatter through the top of its skull and come out above it, covering Seda and brain matter and jugular juices. Still have a move action, or do you want to try and stay hidden in the bushes the best you can? Or
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just try to sneak away from where Talisman is and just kind of continue to stealth to be
Gotcha.
sneaky because I don't want her to see me.
Alrighty, I'll have you roll if needed. Let's see. Harpies are gone. Visages. How are they doing? Ouch.
Yeah, I want to try to move away from her.
Kite her, just kite her.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna kite her away.
How it goes? You played World of Warcraft.
You can see the Ratatosk as they start to float down. One of these eagles will screech out. It starts to lift itself up off the ground with these huge wings before it's brought back down again by a pile of these visages, and it's swarmed over. Two eagles remain as they pull themselves free from the battle. They start to jump up and circle around to come back in. The Ratatosk all sort of parachuting in amongst three visages that are left.
You say parachuting?
Yeah, they're like flying squirrels. They got the flaps between their arms. Let's see. Ratatosk are up. Talisman is up. She'll look at where you are in the bushes. Not quite sure exactly. Puts her wand away. You can see she curses or says something, but again, it's all just silence. And with that, she turns, draws this long, thin blade, and stares at you, Arabellos, and just starts walking towards you. She can't attack because she would basically make it to you.
I'm talking as well, but of course nobody can hear. But it looks like he's being chivalrous.
Chivalrous.
Yes, that.
Right.
Yeah, she will run in with this long rapier and come in for an attack on you, Arabellos. 14 plus 6 is 20.
You know what?
For only 1 point of damage, though.
Oh, okay.
Say, I thought you said he couldn't get there.
Well, she's got somewhat working wings,
Oh, okay.
but I basically just cut her movement in half. Talisman Kothis, you are up. You can see his talisman sort of bounces across this limb, the wing she has, pushing her a bit further. She swings in it. Arabella's not really doing too much, but basically just closes the distance with him. Sada's on the ground. Harpy is dead on top of her. So really the only main threat you have right now is, I guess, the Visages below, if you want to count them, or Talisman, who is currently with Arabellos a few feet away.
Yeah. I wonder. That's unfortunate. But, well, you know what? Where's Talisman in relation to me?
She would be about 20, 30 feet away from you. I would actually, because you're right next to Arabellos, sort of, so you would be caught in that cone or that surrounding silence as well now.
Okay, is Talisman really focused on Arabellos? Or
she's aware of you, if that's what you're wondering.
Okay, all right. Because I was, I'm not the best for combat, and I'm about spelled out. Have the Ratatosk's, the one undead Ratatosk, is it now a dead undead Ratatosk?
Yep, they killed it before they launched themselves off the branch to float below.
That's right, okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will try to, I'm going to attack Talisman with the Righteous Cudgel of the Fandangle.
All right.
So, a tree trunk. Branch, not trunk. Small tree trunk. And with no bonuses, I have to rely on my typical crappy 2-hit rolls. That may have hit. That would, probably not. That would be was a nat 15 minus 1, 14.
Nope, not quite. Not quite.
Thunk.
Little sort of steps a little bit out of the way as your Fandango cudgel swings down, just swinging past.
Oh, well.
Give me a 1d4 roll.
2.
2. There are no more Ratatasks up here, so you are safe. Nothing happens.
Hooray!
The Eagles, let's see if they can do any more. They begin to circle around again, but it seems these visages below have sort of congregated back to back, and they're holding off both these Ratatosk and the Eagles, neither seeming to really get any leeway on the other. Seda, you are up. This dead harpy in front of you, a bolt through the back of its head.
So
You still holding on to its neck.
Yeah, I know. Well, as soon as the bolt hits, I'm going to just turn it off to the side. So my question now is, how far away is Talisman?
Within a move, she'd probably 15 feet, give or take. Not very far at all.
Move and grab her?
You certainly can.
Fuck yeah. All right, so because there's a cone of silence around her and she can't hear me plowing through, I'm going to spring up, run right at her from behind, and the same thing. I'm going to take my tree trunk arms and wrap them around her from behind, trying to pin her elbows to her side so that she can't swing her sword, and I'm going to pick her up off the branch so that she can't move and hold her there while everybody tries to stab the shit out of her.
All right.
And then I will begin to slowly start. Well, no, that won't work because she's got wings. Shit. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna throw her right off the edge, but I forgot.
I was hoping you would say that.
Well, she's got wings, so
Yep.
But one of them is injured.
Yeah, one of them is damaged.
Oh, well, then I might start walking toward the edge, and if they don't kill her by the time I get there, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to like slam dunk her, just like, and throw her out. But yeah, that's my intent, is to try and pin her arms so that she can't swing that sword, and then lift her up off the ground so that they can, everybody can just start stabbing the piss out of her.
All right. Do opposed strength checks. I got a 18.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
She has no strength bonus, but that wasn't at 18.
No, you're going to beat me.
Again, as you come around, you're able to sort of get your arms around her a little bit, but these wings sort of just blast you back, start to break the grapple a little bit. She's going to be right there, as you're trying to get a hold of her, but it looks more like the wings you just were a little unprepared for. She's going to buffet you back a few steps and turn this huge, toothy, serrated smile once more. Arabellos, I'll actually say to give me a 1d4 roll.
2.
No better task up there, so nothing happens. Arabellos, you are up. Face to face with this actually quite attractive, beautiful woman, but you can see the demonic heritage that runs through her blood.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I cast now protection from evil. Bam.
Can you do that in silence?
Oh, no. Hang on. How far is she away now?
She's right in front of you.
Oh. Fuck. Yeah, I guess I don't. So, boom. Boom with the sword of righteousness. Oh, with a 1. Take that.
Boom. Yes, quite the boom. Yes, as you would have had this killing blow, you have it lined up right across her throat and down her chest. You see the dwarf come up behind her, wrangle her wings, and sort of throw her off balance as well. Not quite able to grapple her, but neither is your sword able to strike her, just swooshing air in front of her. Give me a 1d4 roll, Arabellos.
Bellos, you missed terribly, but you look fantastic while you did it. Your hair is fabulous.
Oh man, it's a 4 again. That's the fucking Gary Con die. Oh.
Well, that is a
Oh
beautiful
my god,
die.
the Gary Con die.
But not this one, but the D4 of the set.
He was real big on brutality, so stop using his dice.
I will have to ask about these Gary Con die. I like them myself. It's going to be 6 points of his damage, Arabellos, and roll me a 1d6.
Okay, I'm down to 2. And I lose 3 of my max. Oh man. I hope you tell us in the end that it was just a dream.
Below these visages, this black pulsing energy just gets a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger before it explodes across. You see Ratatosk dropping from the sky. One of the eagles is going to drop as well. This blackness washes off, just barely glancing across you, Arabellos, but that again, that divine energy just seems to attract this evil, necrotic energy. Ratatosk. There's a few left. Let's see. And Arabellos, why don't you roll me another 1d4? This is a good one, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. 3.
Nice, okay. Below you'll see this, once this black energy clears, Ratatosk seem to just drop out of the sky. Their small little skin flaps no longer letting them parachute when they're dead. And they hit the ground hard, most of them just thudding. There's going to be 3 of them that continue to float downwards amongst these visages. And one of the eagles is badly wounded, limping across the ravine below. There's still 3 visages, or I'm sorry, there's 2 visages left. You see one that was there, and it's this strange black smoke starts to fade away. And in place of it is this creature can only really be described as somewhat of a centaur or a warrior, like your former friend, but instead of the body of a goat or a horse, it is the body of a scorpion, the top half torso of a man with red skin.
Oh shit, like those that came out of the portal once.
Yeah, Herbelos, since you've heard
Oh,
of
right.
Set before. And Ratatosk are up, already did those, so Tiva, in the bushes where you're hidden, you see his talisman closes in on Arabelos, this blackness wash over him. Everything's looking quite rough. You can hear the screeches and screams of the eagles below. Visages the falling Ratatosk hitting the ground. It sounds like acorns falling from a tree. What do you do?
I'm so sorry. I was talking to Rush again. This to me.
Yep.
I just need to stop talking to him, but
You're
it's
right.
really convenient because right here. Okay, so there's acorns falling from the tree that I happen to be under.
No. The Ratatosk are falling and hitting the ground since they were killed in air, and their bodies hitting kind of sounds like acorns falling from a tree.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting hit by acorns. Okay, so I'm still hidden in the bushes. So
Yep.
how many of the harpy people do we have left?
So there's no harpies. The only one really left is Talisman, who is in
Talisman.
battle with Arabelos and Seda.
Okay.
And Kothis, actually.
Well, I'm going to knock an arrow at Talisman again.
All right. Give me a stealth check this time, since
Okay.
I've been a bit noise here.
Oh, dang it. I missed. I got a 5.
So, yeah, as you kind of push through the bushes a little bit, lining up your sight, you can see several breeze rustle and what's not. She will notice you from the corner of her eye. Seems aware of you, but you still get your attack. You just won't multiply it.
Okay. All right. I got an 18 plus my 5.
That's a hit for sure.
All right. So then I got a 1. Let me re-roll. Oh, wait. Wrong game. No kidding. I got a 1. But that kills her, right?
You hope, but not quite. It will thud in, glancing across her side. You can see it tears open part of her leather armor across her midsection, but doesn't really do much. Below, there's a squawk that is cut short as the visages tear apart. The one eagle that was standing on the ground near them. One eagle still circles above, is diving in once more for an attack. And these two visages stare up at it. Just undead Ratatosks, blood, birds, and everything around them. Talisman is up. Man, what can she do? How long does this silence last?
2 rounds per level.
Oh, geez, okay. You really handicapped her with that.
Yeah, thank God.
Hooray!
Hooray. I guess you will just make her attack. She'll sort of swing around these huge wings, buffeting out behind her, trying to smack at you, Seda, to get you to stay back. It's going to be a 19 to hit as you're buffeted by these wings. Only 1 point of damage. Actually, Seda, 1 point of damage.
Sorry, what'd you say about 1 point of damage?
You're going to take 1 point of damage as she kind of smacks you with her wings to get you to step back.
All right, well, then I'm down again.
That's what I thought. And then she will launch forward to your Arabellus once more with this blade. That's a net 20. Let's see.
Oh, come on.
9 points of damage.
Okay, minus 7.
Mm-hmm.
And Arabelos breaks down, and his pathetic little wings are spread out onto the branch.
Dismiss up. Kothis, you are up. You see Seda gets smacked by these heavy leather wings, fly back a few feet and hit the ground hard, laying there. A stab through the chest with this rapier on Arabelos drops him as well. His wings crooked underneath him. Somewhere behind you in the tree is a halfling.
Well, I will.
Come hide with me.
Yeah, right. I would be no good at that. So did we establish what? Do we know what talisman is?
It would have been before you came in, but they do know that she is a half elf with some sort of demonic heritage in her, sort of like a
Yeah.
tiefling.
Others know. The both of us, we don't know what she is. She's just a bitch.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, I
She's the
guess
princess of the harpies.
Yeah, it's a bit late to cast a dispel magic on her because the silence is having sort of the same effect.
Hmm.
I'm about out of. So yeah, I've got a cracker with the staff, I guess, and hope the glorious power of the Fandangle has me hit her, and then hit her for more than 1 point of damage. So
Go for
let's
it.
see. Come on, come on. Oh yeah, I got a nat 20, which of course would be a 19 because I'm a weak kind of dude.
That is a hit, though.
All right, and that would be now. And again, the -1 modifier on strength
Does not affect damage.
does not affect damage. Right?
Nope.
Come on, 7. 7. Feel like I'm shooting craps here. 7.
Heavy crack across the back of her head, and she'll stumble forward a few feet before her head snaps around. Her eyes glow with like this fierce red light as she stares at you, clearly pissed off.
Great. Well, I made her mad. That means she's going to kill me soon. That seems to be happening now. If you make her mad, she kills you.
Yep, let's see. There's one eagle left. Ooh, he's going to get a good hit, though. This one eagle circles overhead. You can see it gives pretty much everything, throws caution to the wind as this thing dives forward. And it comes crashing down on these two visages. You hear the snapping, cracking of its bones. Bits and pieces of its beak get torn off as it smashes into the ground below. But so too do these visages go flying. Seda, I'm not going to make you roll again, but well, make sure you just don't get a 1 or 2. Give me a 1d20 roll. I'm not going to give you a further mutilation this round.
I got a 3.
All right. You were basically just unconscious. I'll just make you keep rolling until somebody can get to you. But all right, and that's a good thing because you wouldn't have wanted what that is either. But and Arabellis, give me a 1d20 roll to see what kind of lasting things.
Oh,
Which one?
she did say that she said be right back in chat.
Oh, okay. I'll give her a few minutes then. Wow. Actually, yeah. Why don't we take like a quick couple-minute break because something big will happen in just a minute. So
Oh boy.
she has
Okay.
time to get back. So let's take a
Coffee
quick like
break.
5-minute break. I need my drink anyway.
Yep.
All right.
Do we take a break?
Yeah, we did.
Ah, good. Okay. Sorry, I really had to run otherwise.
You're fine. I just didn't want you to miss something good, so I figured everybody could take a break.
You mean you didn't want me to miss my terrible role?
Something like that.
What in the blazes are you doing over there?
Oh, trying to. I cleaned my desk all off this morning, and then it seems like it's just completely scattered with scrap again.
Blast the roof off.
Oh yeah.
It was funny because earlier when you were typing, all we hear was boom, 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 boom. Because what happens is sometimes when I'm at work, Rush will call me and I'll put him on speakerphone and I'll put my phone right next to my keyboard. And my keyboard's pretty loud.
Oh.
And so I looked at him and I said, I know exactly how you feel now. Because he'll sit there and tell me, you got me on speakerphone? Because it sounds like there's gunfire going off. And now I know exactly how he feels.
I didn't even think about that. My mic's right beside my keyboard. Just wait for Joe to get back and we should be all good.
He started typing earlier, and I started hearing thunder struck by AC.
Thunder!
Boom.
Yeah. It was like, damn, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get silent keys or something.
There are those plastic ones, right?
Yeah.
We're supposed to not hear them at all.
There's round ones too that are really nice.
Nobody.
But that doesn't feel right, kind of.
It didn't bother anyone. It just was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Boom.
A friend of mine, it's actually a coworker. She wants a bamboo keyboard.
What?
It's bamboo, like the
Yeah.
wood. It's actually made out of bamboo, and it's supposed to be very quiet.
Uh-huh.
Aren't they the ones that are like $200 and some though?
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah. Because I was looking at almost everything on my desk is done out of wood. I was like, damn, a wooden keyboard would be awesome. Until I saw the price.
Yeah, not quite so awesome.
Not so awesome
No.
anymore.
That's many books, basically. Many RPG books. Yeah, come on. That's the currency we're working with.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know.
That's how we measure everything nowadays.
Yeah. Nor are you, what was the word? Shit. English is failing me.
No, I'm not shit.
No, I said English is failing me.
Oh, I thought you said your shit English was failing you.
No.
I was confused.
Humble. I said, yeah, she's not wrong. She goes, I know. I said, nor is she humble.
Everybody's back. Beautiful. You can see, let's see, what we leave? Eagles will begin dropping. As you guys will notice, one very badly eagle is left below, crawling across the ground. One of its wings completely torn off. Its face smashed in, most of its beak missing. One visage also that seems to be partly broken mask on it, face off against each other, sort of staring at each other across this battlefield below. Around you are dead Ratatosk, undead Ratatosk that are also dead. Talisman, who is standing over the tops of Seda, of Erebellos, looking at you, Kothos, with this evil glint in her eye. In the bushes, Tiva, you can look across and you get ready to make another attack, but you hold up a moment. You see this figure moving across the branch, low, almost crawling like a lizard would across the stones, real and slow. Its body, the lanky sort of stomach gliding across the tree branch. And you will see it too, Kothos, as you face this woman, locked eyes with her, and it seems to be coming up behind her. Tiva, you are up. What do you do?
Wait, she's coming up behind Talisman?
This thing is, yes.
Oh. So should I attack Talisman or should I attack the... No, see, I actually don't want to attack the one. So, okay, let me ask you a question. So what this figure that is coming behind Talisman, what else do I notice? I mean, does it look like
You can give me a search check.
Okay, because I'm curious. Maybe they're drawing a weapon. Maybe does it look like they're about to attack Talisman? Hopefully, maybe slit her throat. Let's see. All right, search. Ooh, okay. So my search is 3, and I got a 3.
Yeah.
Does that make
You'll
it?
see this almost looks like white robes, but they're quite dirty, ragged. You can see they look like dirt's been smeared across them or something. It's several branches and leaves stick out of it awkwardly, very camouflaged like, and it moves with a really graceful movement. His body low to the ground. You can see what looks to be, even though the hood is drawn up, golden hair coming down around where the face would be, or the head peeking out a little bit behind. And you can definitely see a glint of steel in its hand.
Okay, so she is going to hold. She's basically just going to stay in the bushes and stay hidden, and just kind of wait and see what happens.
Right. This form will come up right behind Talisman. I need a 1d20 roll from Arabellos, please, since you dropped.
Okay, it's not a 1. A 9.
Woohoo!
All right, you will have a heavy hand wound. You're going to have a -2 penalty to all attack rolls.
What?
Until after a full rest. So not too bad.
That's decent.
Not too bad. Only lasting for the rest of the day or until you are able to basically bind it or heal it up. You will be back at 1 hit point then, Arabellos. You can see Seda as you sort of open your eyes. Almost looks like she just completely slashed across your hand, maybe in your fall or something. But you too will see this figure moving up behind Arabellos. And Kothis, you are up. As you look at Talisman, sort of lock eyes with her, you can see she's turning towards you, this long blade in her hand that glows with a sort of a dark red crimson sort of light, almost like flames begin dancing down it. She seems completely oblivious to this figure that's moving up behind her. What do you do?
And so she is either fully focused or about to be fully focused on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I see this thin blade, this rapier that she's got, is obviously magical in some way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I am going to speechify at her to get her attention and cast a dispel magic on her. Because
you can't. Still in that cone of silence that surrounds her.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Well, I'm still going to speechify and ready the good old righteous cudgel, or as shorthand, the right cud. So yeah, we'll be yeah. All right. You foul, loathsome beast. Righteous glory of the Fondongle will not allow you to continue to spread your poison here. And then he looks as threatening as he can with a strength of 8 and a glorified sassafras tree branch in his hands.
So she turns, stands towards you, takes a few steps, this blade sort of scraping along the ground behind her. She walks forward, these demonic wings unfurling behind her. Quite an imposing sight. And you'll see a small figure, not really small, average size, come up behind this leathery, sort of white clothing, dirtified, and you'll see this person. You've seen him quite a bit, actually, but you're not quite sure where he went recently. As Veritas comes up behind Talisman, and let's see how he does. This thin blade he has, it's curved almost like a sacrificial dagger would be. And yeah, he'll come up behind her. You see he sort of looks at you, Kothas, for a moment, hoping that you don't give it away or whatever. I'm hoping you distract her long enough as he buries this blade right in between her shoulder blades in the back. And he takes a few steps back. She'll let out this scream, but it's silent as she drops to one knee. She is not dead, but Tiva, Kothas, everybody else, you guys, I don't care who goes what, but what do you guys do?
So Talisman is basically going down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's not dead, but it looks like this dagger is doing something to her.
Okay, so can I, and I know this might be a moot point, but can I do another search check? Because I'm hoping that this person coming behind them and stabbing them in the back will reveal more about who this person is that's attacking Talisman.
You would, yeah, from your vantage point, you would see that it's Veritas Mauve, this man who you were with.
Oh, it's a man. Oh, it's Veritas.
Yes.
Okay. And remind me, who's Veritas again?
He's like the town mayor type guy of Crux who came out here with you.
Oh my God. I completely forgot about him.
Yeah, he's been in combat with us repeatedly, yeah.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't been here this time around.
No, this is dramatic entrance time.
Oh. Oh, yeah, sorry. I had to go and take a potty break really quick. Okay, so it's Veritas. Okay, so now that I know it's a good guy, she's going to knock an arrow. She's going to actually stand up out of the bushes, and she's going to look at Talisman with hatred, knock an arrow, and shoot. And I hope to God or to the fondangle that I make it.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
And she's going to convert to the fondangle if this makes it.
Yes. Kothas is just nodding down on the
All right, here we go. Oh, I got a 1. All right, no conversion.
Well,
Not quite.
didn't we tell you to get rid of those dice?
Fault of the fondangle. The fondangle would have been worse.
So she's thinking, see, this is what gets me. I shouldn't have looked at false prophets. No, anyway.
You see poor Seda there at that moment when you let the bowstring go, and it hurts.
Jesus. Oh, not it.
Arabellos, what do you do?
Fuck. So she's going down onto her knee, right? Like breaking down a little bit.
You'd be sort of to the side, so you can see that whatever this dagger's doing, it's buried right between her shoulder blades on her back.
Yeah, so
but it just keeps glowing with this white light.
So, because I was probably getting up as well, like being on my knees halfway, so I would get up completely, and while getting up, like very accidentally, put my kneecap into or under her chin as she's coming down, like full force.
Nice.
Kaboom!
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Well, that's a 12. Oh. Yeah, so I get -1 now because of those -2. So 11, but I would certainly get a bonus, right? Because she is like a little bit, occupied.
I'll give you a 1d6 bonus.
Okay. Well, 2. So 13.
I would say she doesn't have her dex bonus. Sure. She only has 2 hit points, so
Okay,
go ahead
how
and
much
describe
is cap damage?
1d4.
Oh, do I kill her?
Yeah, go ahead. Describe how you kill her.
Oh,
Go ahead.
fuck yeah.
Go ahead.
So he does what I just said, but sometimes Hieronymus, not Eurobellus, but Hieronymus the Great, sometimes he's fair. He's the god of war, for one. And Hierobellus doesn't even not only hit the chin, but hits her nose as well, and the bone just cracks in her face behind the skin, just going further into the brain. And we see her for a moment just squint, making a really stupid face, which she really deserves. She spasms and falls to the ground.
Beautiful. Beside that, you'll see Verdus reaches down, rips this blade free, and actually he's going to run past you and jump off the side of this limb down towards where the visages are below. You just see him disappear over the side.
Fuck, I forgot about those. I scream after him in silence.
Right.
Shit.
And I will leave that up to you guys, is you're basically standing there in a cone of silence. Seda is still on the ground, bleeding out, unless you guys can do something to...
Yeah, we have to pick her up, of course. That's the
Yeah,
first thing.
I don't have any sort of healing anything left.
But we can stabilize her,
But
right?
we can stabilize her still.
Yeah, if you
right?
guys can make a wisdom check.
Okay.
I'm going to, yeah, I can, hey, finally, my highest ability score, whopping 14.
-7. Do it.
Go for it.
Come
With
on.
this.
It's a 18. Woohoo.
What?
You want to roll below your...
That's right, I failed miserably. Oh, yeah, no, I knew that. Yeah, so that was where my enthusiasm was. Finally, I get to use my... Never mind. That's miserable.
Dang it.
Well, Seda,
Oh.
I'm sorry, Seda, but I'm going to need a 1d20 roll.
Wait, hold on.
Is it just one person that gets to try?
Yeah, can we others try as well?
I'll
Because
let one other person try before he has to roll.
What, -7? What's yours, Tiva?
well, I actually rolled just for the fun of it, and I got a 5. My wisdom is 8.
Good.
So the queen of minimum damage actually got her wisdom roll.
Phew.
All right. So yes, put yourself at 1 hit point, Seda, but you're going to be basically, kind of out of it, but conscious at least. As they able to bandage up a few wounds, you're laying in this, or standing on this limb. Eventually the silence is going to dissipate. You can hear, let's see, the screen below is Verdus launches himself off, and down below there's one visage and one eagle. As you guys walk over to look, the one eagle that is left is badly injured. The visage looks a little bit roughed up. You can see no sign of Verdus from where he jumped off. Oof. And the visage might take out the eagle. Yeah, you can see the visage moves across, and with this great swipe of these porcelain-like claws, just rips the face off of this eagle, and the whole thing just slumps forward. And it looks around, the last one standing amongst all of these ruins. And just doesn't really notice all of you up on the branch above. And it simply floats in place for a few moments. And then it starts to leave, headed sort of north up this stairwell out of this ravine. And all of you will see this flash of, almost like a mirror, this flash of light, and this glowing white blade. It's coming across the ground behind it. What do you do?
Is this looking like maybe the possible reappearance of Verdus down there?
Yeah, where is he?
You assume that's him, but all you see is this white light.
Okay. And how far above the...
About 50 feet.
Okay, so it would be either if you've got some, clipped wings, you might be able to glide down somewhat, but otherwise everybody else will have to actually climb down the trunk.
What do you mean? Are you looking at me?
Go on, you got 1 hit point, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
I don't know what I can do.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think we have to let it go. To be
I'm
honest.
going to is it possible for Kothis to climb down the trunk without being like somehow angled away from the visage so that he can't be seen?
Yeah, it's going to take you a while to get down there, but you can, yes.
Yeah, because based on how my companions are doing right now, I think I'm the tank at the moment with AC 14 and a strength of 8, and wielding a stick. So perfect. Yeah, I'm going to try to climb down there. You people stay here. The Fandango will protect me. And then he starts climbing down the tree.
No, you don't say that. We just hear you proclaim something in silence.
Exactly.
You see Kothis begin to move away. Below, there's this glint of steel, this flash of light, and it comes right up behind the visage. And you'll see Veritas sort of pops out, almost he was invisible. And his form comes in as he brings this blade down, but then the visage is gone, disappearing. And he'll stand there looking around for a few moments. Then up at the branch, looking at all of you. And he just sort of holds his hands out like he don't know what happened to it. And he'll make his way up out of this ravine, start making his way towards you as Kothis climbs down this branch. There's eagles are dead, the Ratatosk are dead, the undead Ratatosk are dead again. There's one visage who is now gone. And I will leave that up to you guys. What do you do?
I'm going to go to wherever Veritas is. So, if he's climbing up now or...
Yeah, he would sort of meet you or stop at around the ravine, around the salients, and wait for all of you, assuming you're coming down. But...
So do we know if the visage is actually gone? Or just...
He held his hands out like he didn't know. And as you kind of get down there, if you ask him, like, I do not know. I was hoping to take it out with my blade, but it was gone when I struck at it. Don't know if it is still here. He sort of looks around. Or perhaps went back to the hells where it came from. It's a shame.
Well, but I'm still above, right? I haven't come down, or has he come up?
Nope, he's still down below. I mean, he
Still
could
down
yell
below.
up, but it's up to you guys if you go down.
Okay, well, she's, just to be on the safe side, Tiva's going to look down below, and she's going to get an arrow ready just in case his visage decides to come back. Because she's become a very paranoid individual and doesn't trust that this visage is actually gone. Just she's going to be looking with her little eagle eyes, just waiting.
Sounds legit.
So they can have their talks, but she's going to be watching. So how much, well, if he is going to come back, how long is that going to take for the visage to decide to come back?
As you stand there, a good 10, 15 minutes pass, and there's no sign of it. Eventually, it seems like it is indeed gone, or at least not taking the offense in any sort of way.
Okay.
I think they disappeared on us before. Remember, like they just went away after they have it.
Yeah, they did. Our first encounter with them, we didn't get to.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that they didn't decide to come back. But now that I am pretty certain it's not going to come back, she's going to run over to Seda, and she's going to help Seda, with my little 5 under 8 wisdom roll.
Bandage up a few and get Seda back on her feet. Veritas, go ahead.
Well, I'm just want to say, she's going to want to look at everybody and just say, "Can we go home now? I'm
Where is
tired." Well, where we were, back to town, because you said it's like a 5-hour walk from here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should just go. Can we head back to town, please?
Well, I've seen the scar. It is clearly being compromised. That's for sure.
Veritas will take a seat on one of these outlying sort of branches that are or benches that are carved from the wood itself around this whole cathedral. The whole thing is quite large. I'm sorry I could not help faster, but I was trying to get rid of that demonic princess. You all fought quite valiantly. I must thank you. Perhaps we've put an end to these creatures. But he looks at you, Arabellos. I saw a flash of recognition on your face when they spoke of the bottom of the multiverse. You know this place?
Do I?
You do. It is the negative energy plane.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Yes, indeed. Negative energy, and that's, I think, what took hold of me as well. And I like move my shoulders and move my whole body. I kind of look a little bit distressed, and I say, I don't feel that good anymore. It feels like when Hieronymus took my... I mean, it doesn't... It feels different.
Yes, the negative energy. That makes sense. Yes, I think, little one, Tiva, that home is where we should go. It is a long trek, but keep your eyes peeled. And let me tell you a story on our walk. And he'll gather his stuff and start making his way down the branch back toward Crux. He says, that little imp creature I spoke of, Tisian Sumir. Says, I know that name. He looks at all of you. Says, are any of you familiar with it? Arabellos, you'd probably be the only one that might be. Give me a 1 in 6 chance.
And Tiva shakes her head. No.
No, I didn't make it.
It's as somebody who watches over my town, as somebody who cares for these people, it is important to me to give out information, not so freely. People have to gain the trust, and the information that I have and the information of the people is always a good thing when you're protecting them. Says, perhaps I should have said so sooner, and my most sincerest of apologies, of course. Says, this Tisian Samir, I think I might be able to help. And he'll lead you down this branch and towards the main trunk of the tree, where you'll start following a path sort of downward down the trunk towards where you assume Crux is. Says, my people, most of Crux, in fact, many of the people, we are all family. Not by blood, of course. Some of us are not, but all of us are family in the sense that we colonized that town together. We all came from a broken world. I was not alive, of course. It was the generations of my great-great-grandfather. Grandfather Herman was his name. Old Grampy Herman. I've heard many stories. He was long gone before I was born. But I have some of his books at home still. And he spoke of this Tisian Sumir. I never made any connection, or never really cared until I heard it now. I will show you these books when we get back to the library, my house, and perhaps we can get a bit more information. But as for my people, as far as the town of Crux, all of us, except for those that have moved in over the years, but all of the original settlers, we come from a world called Renee's. It's a broken, shattered, darkened world now. There's a portal not far from Crux, in fact. Nobody goes there. It's a place of darkness, of death, of silence. Tissi and Sumir, it was a place there. It referenced my great-grandfather. He called it the Void Cathedral. Perhaps we can get more information there.
Out of character, Renee's, wasn't that the realm with the pyramid? Oh, dang. Okay.
Yes, it is. And he'll tell you a little bit about the world, or what he heard of it. It was a great world, way back when, of prosperity, of excitement. It was a world of massive cities, of towering skyscrapers, and machines like nobody had seen of or heard of. And, well, that's all gone now, but it sort of tells you a little bit about moving there. Crux is about 250 years it's been there now, so it was quite a long time ago that this world fell, at least in this timeline.
And what did he say that we should go to? What was the area?
Tissi and Sumir is the name.
Kessie and Samir. Is that a person or a place?
A place.
Kessie and Samir.
Oh, Tissian. It is over in the chat on Facebook too.
Oh,
Tissi and Sumir.
Tessian. Okay.
As you guys all travel back, he'll tell you a little bit of it, but eventually just sort of fades off to silence as he leads you guys. Eventually, night will start to settle, and you'll see these massive beetles crawling out of the tree. They would have given your former friend Hazan a bit of a shake, but they don't seem to bother you. And these large glow bugs lighting up the leaves, casting this yellowish glow across the trunk. Within the next few hours, you're going to make your way back to Crux, which looks like a graveyard now. It's just silent. Nobody seems to come out of their houses. You can see people moving inside of them. Even the guards at the front post are not there. Everybody just seems too paranoid to even leave their homes. And Veritas will leave you down the streets and back towards his mansion in the distance. Eventually getting everybody settled in. A glass of tea, hot chocolate, or whatever might, some food. He takes a seat and you pull out this book.
Scotch.
A bottle of scotch for Tiva. Slides it across, and he'll take a book off of a shelf. And he opens it up. You can see it looks like it's different essays and a diary and just stories and different things written into it. And the front cover of this book is going to be wrapped in leather. It says, "Stories from a Forgotten Time" is the name. And you can see then as he opens up the first couple pages, it has lists of different stories and things, and he scans down with his finger, finds what he's looking for, flips a few pages. It says, "My great-great-grandfather, he was an author, a writer of sorts. Of course, he never became famous until well after his death, as most authors do. But he wrote a great many stories. One, in fact, well, it was about a whale of all things. I don't really know. I didn't get into the reading of it very much, but it has something here." And he flips these pages. And you can see writing in the ledgers and the sides of this. It says, "My father, my grandfather, they always told me that when I wasn't sure what to do and when times looked bleak, to flip open these pages to read some of the writings of my great-great-grandfather. And when I heard that name of Tissian Sumir, reminded me of this. He flips this open, lays the flap down, and slides it open. You can see that the writing in there goes on talking something about some ship in a sea or something. But in the side of the ledger, it reads, there's a little written in pen. It says, "Our souls are like orphans, whose unwedded mothers die in bearing them. The secret of our paternity lies in their grave, and we must there to learn it." He looks at that sort of in silence for a few minutes. And then he'll turn the page. On the next page, you will see the sketches of what looks to be a city street, these huge buildings, unlike any of you have ever seen, just towering into the sky all around, these strange wagons lining the streets. And in the distance, this great black ziggurat, black pyramid. And he looks at that and slides it across for all of you to take a look at. And maybe Seda, you can't really read, I guess, so maybe Kothis, as you're looking over these words and stuff, and sort of flip to the cover again, you can see that the author is Herman Melville. Flip through, it seems to be this, most of the book seems to be this tale of some man who is hunting a great white whale. Seems quite interesting if you ever had the time to read it, but it's quite wordy and quite thick. But for the time being, this picture seems to be that of which you guys saw back in Renee's. And what do you guys do? We got a few minutes left.
Well, I mean, I kind of, Kothis looks at Tiva and, Sadie, or Seda, I guess, hopefully. Does that look like you remember the pyramid? We said we recognized it, right? Or we at least knew that it resembled it, so.
Yeah.
What pyramid? What are you talking about?
I put that quote over in the Facebook group too.
Yeah, well, and Tiva looks over at, how is it pronounced? Harabelos?
Yes.
Says, we have been transported to a different plane, and this was with Zan was still with us, and there was a black pyramid that was there that we visited in the distance, and that's where we met, well, not the snake god, but I guess you could say like a friend of the snake god. I mean, this is coming from Tiva, so she's like, it's a friend of the snake god or a representative of the snake god, and we tried to talk to the snake god, but he wouldn't talk to us because he didn't think we were worthy, and then we find out that he's actually dead. So, but yeah, that's what the Black Pyramid was, and that whole area just got destroyed anyway.
Oh no, you.
Am I confusing it?
Yes. Confusing it.
Okay, never mind. Just forget
the
what
pyramid
she said.
is where Zan died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then Tiva starts to cry.
Yeah. And Erebos, of course, would ask.
Reminded of, and that's where Zan died.
That's the great warrior, right?
Yes, Zan was a great.
Our friend
warrior.
Goaty.
And friend and boss. So yeah, Tiva's sitting there crying now that she's been reminded. We've been to too many spots. It's really hard to kind of keep up with everything.
I'm pretty sure your friend is in a better place now, not knowing that he's actually in the worst place ever. Oh man, that's sad.
Tiva just looks at her or looks at him and just sniffles and wipes the tears. But Zan isn't here. That's where Zan needs to be, was with us.
He will be watching over you in some way. I'm sure about that. Hieronymus will take care of it.
Vertus will look at this and you were here, this place. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, undoubtedly. That was it.
And that's your old world?
Well, not mine, I suppose, because this is my world now, but my heritage, my family at one time, yes, indeed.
So, that that rundown world, if I may say so. What happened there?
Says, it's strange. I remember my grandfather, when I was young, he used to sit me on his lap and tell me stories of the world. He was just a wee lad when they had to leave. Most of the stories he had came from his father, my grandfather Herman here. Says, I've read through books here and there, but they would always tell me of how great it was and tell me all about this world. And he sort of just fades off, just kind of staring into the distance. Says, I'm sorry, Glenn, sorry. What were you asking, my friend?
How it found its end?
Yes, the end. The people there, it is said they crushed their god. They didn't follow and what he asked of them. That it's strange. My grandfather, he was a good man, so the others. But there was tales that they followed some sort of god of death, of mercy, of whatever the case is. He destroyed it. A religious apocalypse, if you will. Cast it into hell, and most of the people there, some left, escaped like we did through portals, and made living here. Other ones, they were left there to die, to become what they were called, the wraiths of Renee's, or the love lost, they call them. Just undead beings who forever live in torture. But the weirdest bit is my grandfather used to tell me about this god that they followed, that they worshipped, this temple here. This picture was one of his. And I knew his name, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. It says, even in these books and these writings, it used to be here, but it seems gone. And he'll point at this picture again and flip the page, and it's a bit of a more detailed picture of this church, this pyramid-like structure. And he points at it and says, I know that the name was here on this page, but yet there's nothing here. I can't even remember there being something, but I know there was. There was something here that's gone.
And you think...
He says, I do not know. But whatever that imp was talking about in this Tissian Sumir, whether this is the place or something else, I'm not sure, but it has to deal with this building. He says, I'm sorry, my friends, but I believe that is where we need to go.
I look down at Tiva and I say, maybe we can... Oh, fuck, no, I don't know that shit. Oh, sorry. Almost met odd. Yeah.
So Tiva's going to look at Veritas and say, we have to go back there?
So as I understand, if you don't want to do this anymore, Tiva, I would not ask of such a thing. I feel it is at least upon my shoulders to do so. And, well, our angelic friend was given such a mission, but the rest of you, you've done more than what could be asked, so it is all up to you, not me.
We can only do what the Fondongle will allow us to do, and it's so far allowed us to come here with you, and it guided you back to us earlier on the tree. So may the glory of the Fondongle guide our steps on the furtherance of our journey. And Kothas seems like he's down for it. Of course, he's probably still delirious from the harpy love he was engaged in earlier. So.
If you allow me, I will join you in your endeavors, because it seems to be the same quest that I am trying to finish for my lord. Will you accept my company? And he looks proud.
I put the words together.
Yes.
Most certainly, most certainly. Herbelos and Kothos, give me search checks. Give yourself both a -1.
Oh yeah, then I made it. I rolled a 2.
All right.
Search check. And what was the penalty?
It's actually a bonus, but -1.
Okay. I got a 3, so a 2. 3
All
would
right.
be, yep.
So both of you, as you're kind of glancing through these pages and stuff and looking at this, you both will sort of stumble upon it at the same time. So maybe Kothos, as you reach out to points, and Herbelos, you'll see it. There is a mention of Tusi and Samir that says that the gate to the Tusi and Samir is held within the bowels of the Great Black Pyramid.
Well, yay.
So yes, we do have to go back there.
So we should shut up. We should prepare. So you probably mentioned that. Oh yeah, you mentioned you went in there. So I would say we should prepare well this time, so we won't have another accident. If you get my meaning.
We're just looking. I don't understand quite what this place is, though. Says I know.
It's a bad place if they lost one of their companions already.
Yes, but these Tusi and Samir, as I said, it translates from the old language as the Void Cathedral, perhaps some place of worship or something to this god. I don't know how to prepare for such a thing, but I suggest we do so well, get a good night's rest, and be ready to go soon. I don't know who in this town is still real, who is not, and where that last creature went. Could be on my doorstep as we speak.
Well, if that's a possibility, then you need to come with us.
And to go where?
I'm not sure, but we should just go back to town, and then we'll go back to Zan's place.
Back to Sigil.
And then we'll just hide out there for a couple of days and just recoup, and Seda needs to be healed, and, well, everybody needs to be healed.
We should definitely rest and regain our strengths before we try to further our journey.
Perhaps, and did you remember how to get to Renee's from Sigil when you came here? So I could easily get us back to Sigil, but we'll have to go. However you got here is what the path we will need to take to originally got you there.
I'm not because it was Zan. No, we found it by
Right? Didn't the portal just open?
Yeah, this is completely out of character, by the way. Yeah, that's what happened. We kind of, well, actually, Seda stumbled into it, and then we just followed her. So I don't know if we would even know how to get to it because Zan was the only one in our party. Now I don't know if Harabelos has it, but Zan had portal sense.
Yes, but you also have one connection in Sigil that could get you there. As she did once before. She is a very sexy aunt.
Oh, that's right.
Oh no, and I even look better now than my character before. That's
you're positively beefy.
Yes.
But yeah, you could, if you wanted, he can get you back to Sigil, but you'd have to hit the clock tower ant lady to get you back to Renee's. But assuming you want to do that, that'd be easy.
So the ant person could help us get back there. All right. So before we go visit the ant lady, I think we should all just, head back over to Zan's place, recoup, give Seda some bacon.
weapons,
and then
buy some provisions.
Yeah. and again, this is completely out of character. I know in D&D we have the ability to get health potions. Is that available to us here as well?
Yep.
Theoretically, it should be.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably not cheap though.
Actually,
Well, they're not cheap in D&D either.
Yeah, that's true.
I say they're like 20 or 30. I remember seeing them in the book, but yeah, we can find the prices. And I'll basically, if you guys want to head back there, I'll give you a chance to stock up. And
We never really spend our money, so
No, we never do.
not really.
That's
like-
true. We can buy all the potions of healing.
Yes. So Tiva plans on stocking up.
And I definitely want to silver up my weapons. Not that it does anything to normal or the creatures we're encountering right now, but maybe for the future. And probably some more shit.
every little bit helps. Yeah, he will gather up a pack of his own, get things around, and basically lead you guys down through Crux, back up to the high tower, back where you fought Yak and John a while back, and he knows how to activate the portal that was in the tower there. And get you guys back to Sigils within a couple hours. You could be back at Zan's place, resting, having a good meal, and getting ready to prepare ahead. I think that'll be a good spot to stop at.
Okay.
So that way, in between now and next game, just let me know what you're buying, what you're stocking up with, and we can get all that kind of crap done and out of the way so it don't take time. And you can jump right back into wooing the ant lady and spelunking through the black pyramid.
Oh, she's not going to like hearing that Zan's no longer with us.
No, but we've got our angelic airhead here.
Yeah, shut up.
He's even
Go
sexier.
Go on.
Yeah, that's the worst. I have 18 charisma.
That's right. And what a 9 wisdom.
No, 7, so
7
that's
wisdom.
very dangerous.
That's-
Very dangerous.
Come on,
boy.
Love up on the ant meat bag.
Oh, man.
You might have 2 less legs, but you got sexy wings and pecs. So.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Even
Okay.
clipped, even